Hello everyone, we are joined by Jamppi today after their game against BBL. Firstly, commiserations Jamppi, it looked like a very rough game for you. I wanted to ask a little bit more about your journey here because I think that as a player you've evolved a lot in the last 2 years. So first question, how does it feel to be IGL, especially for a team like Vitality?
Yeah, I mean, it feels great. It was something new last year when I switched to IGLing. Last year was a big comeback year because I didn't know what to expect as IGL, and I think I improved a lot during the year. I think my IGLing compared to now was in a very bad level. Uh, like if you compare when I started with BBL. And yeah, now it feels amazing. I mean, I'm very happy and glad for Vitality. I mean, first the BBL and now Vitality for this opportunity to be IGLing in such a legendary org, not just in Valorant but in other games too. And yeah, it's amazing.
Out of curiosity, I don't know much about Counter-Strike, but were you a CS player at some point as well?
Yeah, I was a professional CS player and I played
Makes
Vitality
sense.
I played couple of times against them also. Never managed to won them, I think, but it was
The
many
old
years ago.
roster or the current one?
It was the old Vitality roster.
Okay, well, I mean, I could kind of see it in your gameplay. I feel like you have the trademark of those CS veterans. So, I mean, you've been in Valorant for a while now, though. Glad to have you here. I think wanted to ask you, how have you evolved at IGLing skill? Because I think that your journey as an IGL has been, I think, one of your biggest level ups in the last year. So, would be really curious to learn more about how you developed that skill in particular.
I mean, big props goes to Palo, of course. Like I've been with working with him for a little bit over a year now, and he had a very like a clear plan how to like develop me as a leader, especially, but also as an IGL. I think it just goes to the. I think the hardest thing that you have is that when the games get stressful, I think that's when you need to stay calm and stay have a clear thoughts easy because it's very easy to kind of go to a snowball effect that if something is not working and how you get back and find the adaptations during the game because let's say you have no timeouts left, you can't really ask your coaches what to do. And yeah, I think it goes more to the officials, like in officials when it's high pressure and these kind of things. I think that's where I think I have improved the most.
Okay, and talking about this particular roster, I mean, very storied names, multiple trophy winners online here. How's it been working with them? Because I got to interview Paolo last year after your journey, your game that almost got you to champs. So I think one of the things he mentioned was about how amazing it's been working with that group, despite how in the beginning, everyone on that team seemed like a misfit, and later you guys came together and you were able to give us that amazing run with BBL. So, I wanted to ask you a little bit about this roster. Like, how is it different? Because he mentioned in my interview with him 2 games ago about how like each piece was carefully picked out, and he was pretty sure about you and Profik from the beginning. So, I'm guessing as IGL, you probably had some insight into building the roster as well. So, just wanted to know more about the rebuild.
Yeah, I mean, compared to last year, I think last year the BBL roster was a little bit like a leftover roster. You know, it was a bunch of people that nobody really wanted. And that's fine. And I think that was the strength of that team. I think we came with no expectations to the year. We wanted to prove everybody wrong that you can build a good team out of nowhere as long as you have a good team chemistry and you know how to build the roster. And then this year, of course, we have incredible players, as you said, the multiple trophy winners with Derek and Chronicle. You kind of have some kind of expectations what to expect because you know how they're gonna perform on stage. You know how they're gonna perform when it's like a important match, let's say. And I think those are the things that like it's different. So basically, I never played with Chronicle and Derek. I played many times against them, and I knew how competitive people they are. And yeah, building this roster, it's in my opinion, a very perfect roster. Like we got those pieces that we wanted, basically.
Yeah, it's pretty much what Pal said as well. Talking about today's game in particular, I feel like from the beginning it seemed like BBL were able to keep the momentum in their favor across both the maps. So, seeing that this is your first big loss, so as to speak, in VCT, what was your biggest learning experience from today, and what do you want to put into practice for your next game? You don't have to go into specifics. I know there's like trade secrets and
No,
that.
no. I think win the pistol round. I think we lost like it was very tough because I think they snowballed very well. They had on Haven they had turned around Yoru ulti already. They were snowballing really well and these kind of things. Like we just couldn't win a pistol round. And sometimes it snowballs a little bit in a bad way, but props to them. I mean, they played good on pistols, so you can't really. And yeah, we just couldn't really get. I think actually we played really good on Haven and on Abyss also. Like, I think they were just a better team today, so props to them. Like, I don't think we played in particularly bad today. There was a couple of eco runs that we lost, unfortunately, but yeah, I don't think it was that bad game, like from our point. For sure, you can always improve, but it wasn't like a disaster. I think they are a good team. I predicted them to do really well because they are one of the only teams with Giants who didn't change the roster. And when it's the start of the year, it's a very big advantage if you know the people you have played for a long time compared to new rosters. And I mean, they have beaten some amazing teams so far, and I'm really happy for them.
I think they've definitely been surprising a lot of people, but especially coming in as that Ascension roster, they've been doing super well. So I guess it's very nice to see. That said, though, going back to you in particular, I think when I got to talk to Pal, he mentioned that you were kind of like the sunniest person on the team. I think those were kind of the words he used, like the most joyful person on the team. So how do you keep up that attitude? Because I'm pretty sure you've heard your share of criticism over the last few years. So how do you stay positive and all of that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's experience. Like, and I mean, first of all, it's just my personality. I've always been a very happy person, but yeah, I don't really care about what people say outside. I just try to be myself, and that's fun to me. You know, I have been criticized a lot for since I became a pro. Like, especially when I was in CS, you know, there was a lot of critics saying, you know, a lot of bad stuff about me. When I played Valorant, people were saying that. So at some point, you just don't care, and I'm very happy. Like, I'm just doing my own thing. I trust myself. I try to work hard. And yeah, it's just my personality. Like, I like to have fun. I think like this is my dream job. You know, I don't do this. You know, people might. I mean, it's a job, of course, but I just love, like, this is my dream thing. I wouldn't change a day. So I enjoy this. It's nice to be here. It's nice to compete. It's nice to have such a nice teammates. Yeah.
I mean, that's very very nice to hear. Honestly, I'm glad that you get to live your dream job. I know it's something that a lot of people want, so it's cool that you get it. I guess. Talking about your next game, who do you think you're gonna be ending up facing, and what do you think is gonna be the next steps for you guys? Again, you don't have to go into particulars, but anything in
Uh,
particular.
I don't actually know our enemy yet. I don't know
Who,
which game.
I also have to check the bracket, but I think it'll be the winner of the next middle game break game. I don't know if it'll be the Gentlemates game or the other game. I'm not sure.
I don't know either because I actually don't know who we're gonna face. So I'm sorry.
No, don't worry then. Well, okay, just talking about EMEA in general, who do you think are the standout teams apart from you guys?
Yeah, I mean, at the start of the season, I mean, Gentlemans and BBL been looking strong. We shall see. I think also Pacific has shown really good potential considering their also background. And yeah, I think those four are like so far. And Navi also, actually. Even though Navi lost also today, I think they are still a very good team. So I think for me, like so far, who has stand out is, at least for me, is like Navi, Gentlemans, BBL, and Pacific.
Hmm. Yeah, they've definitely been putting up some banger games for sure. All right, before I let you go to do whatever you have to do for the day, a couple of quick fire questions. So I asked Pal these as well. I'm curious to see if your answers are gonna match here. So first question: who is the most likely to rage on the team?
Derke.
Who is most
Sorry.
likely to overheat?
Derke.
Who is the most likely to clutch up?
Chronicle.
Who is the person who's always trying to get everybody out of the house or like, let's go do something, guys. Let's go.
Probably me, or one of the coaches. We like to go outside much more.
Who plays the most ranked?
Sayonara for sure.
Are you excited to have Sayonara for the next stage one? Like how has that been in the background? I know we're still waiting for him to make his debut.
Yeah, he's a nice kid, you know. He's a very down to earth kid, you know. He's very nice to be work with, and he's with us here, so he's kinda sad, and he's living with us even though he's not playing. You know, he's every
Oh,
day in the office with us, so it's nice.
all right. Anything you want to say to your fans, Vitality, everybody watching?
I mean, thank you guys for the support once again. You know, losses come and go. You need to learn those, but we will make sure that we will come back stronger. And as I said, like I don't think it was that disaster of a game, so we will go for the next one.
Awesome. Good luck for your upcoming games, Jamppi, and thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much. Have a nice evening. Thank you.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.